Yeah, what is going on, guys? Just wanted to give you guys kind of a update on what I've been working on in my free time in terms of finding a structured version of the way I trade. So I still use the same confluences. I did add a confluence and I did add things like structure onto onto my trading just so it gives me an outlook on what I should be looking for in terms of um, POIs where I should be selling and POIs where I should be buying. So that way I'm able to kind of get a directive of where market is at in current price and current time. And it kind of filters out all the bad trades because that way we like without clean structure, we're unable to trade. So you might be thinking to yourself, like, no way, like you came up with this shit like, in a matter of a couple of days. But um this is actually how I used to trade. I just wasn't able to find a system that that kind of aligned with with I wasn't able to find a system um in terms of entry confirmation, right? And the past couple of months, the way that we've been trading on the lower time frame, we're able to actually get those good entry confirmations, and our entries are really good, but we're just lacking the time, right? Like we're unable to time the market. We're getting good entry models, but we're unable to time the market. So with this combined with my entry models or things like that, I'm able to filter out when I should buy, when I should sell. So as you guys can see here, we actually um, so I call this um, external structure here, external structure here, actually internal here, but and external here, and um, external here. So this is the external price action at the moment. Oh, yep. And then external here, right? So now we have our low, right? Now we have broken external structure to the downside, right? And get a nice little pullback there. We get the external break once again. We don't have any form structure. We then break structure here. External again, once again, external. I left this clear so you guys can kind of see what I mean in terms of structure. We then have this as our structure break. And we then have this as our external. So now our low is now our external low would be this low here, as well as this high that was put in here, right? And as you guys can see, I've marked out internal breakup structures. Again, this is another internal break here. So this will be internal because remember our range is from this low to this high. And if we draw equilibrium between this and this, as you can see, we've actually filled equilibrium. But again, we weren't within any kind of POIs. We were in this fair value gap. But in terms of POIs, we do have these order blocks here, right? Well, you might be thinking to yourself, oh, why not this one? Well, this one's actually been mitigated, right? So what are we looking for? Unmitigated POIs. We have this unmitigated order block here within the discounted range to actually go long because our external structure is actually bullish, right? So like our overall trend is to go long, but again, we're able to catch shorts within this internal break. So that's what I mean by we're able to catch those shorts and those buys in the discount and those premium areas. With that, I did kind of form a trade, and this was actually at work. Yeah, I was able to catch this at work. I literally pulled up on my work computer, Trading View to see, you know, my new structure of trading. Like I call this structured because it is structured, um, and it's kind of not, and it kind of gives me a better picture of what the overall trend is doing, and that way we're able to time it a little bit more. Um, oh, this is actually a changing. Sorry, one sec. No, this is actually a changing character. Now this is a breaker structure. I used to, yeah. I mean, this was a like the structure. It took honestly like um traded like this for a long time before I actually switched to kind of catching those smaller moves. But again, with those smaller moves, I wasn't like I find myself not able to time the market with my POIs. So, we can get a perfect confirmation on something like this on this fair value gap, and then try to catch it down to these lows. But like our trade like really struggles down to these lows. So like examples like that, and I don't know. I just feel confident that this way I feel more structured in terms of how my trades will play out. This way of trading is actually I um kind of like after I posted that video on, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday or whatever day it was, talking about finding a new structured way to trade, and I feel like having a structured way of trading, that way I'm able to collect data on it, right? So the trade we took was in a line with our overall bias, um which in this case was our hourly and the 5 minute, because the 5 minute and the hourly, as you guys can see, we're actually, you know, the 5 minute actually reflects off the hourly. If I do 15-minute time frame, it's kind of harder to actually um it's kind of harder to mark out just because we'll be waiting longer on this POI. So if we just cut the time frame down to the 5 minutes, it reflects off the 5 minute. That way we're able to catch a smaller move but a more structured approach when it comes to trading. So when I see, like, let's say if I didn't have none of the structured, um, if I didn't have none of the structure marked out, I'd be like, oh, like, I'd be kind of confused on this leg, and I'll be like, oh, okay, like we can look to go short, but where's price likely to reverse from? And and I don't have my external structures in place, so it's kind of a map for me to figure out where those POIs are, where we can actually look to reverse from, and look to kind of um, catch those internals, break of structures down to, equilibrium, which, uh, you know, we could have done here if we had the chance to. As again, now knowing that we can now target these lows, and that's, um, you know, and that's kind of a couple months of trading the way I was trading before, was that, targeting liquidity like really heavily. But again, this way is a more structured approach. Like, I want to express this to you guys that it is a more structured approach, and this is what, after making that video, this was the first thing that popped up to my head of what I should do and what I feel like I should do. So that's why I'm just gonna do it my way and not following the norms, right? The norms of just um, the norms of just like trading anyhow. Like, I want to trade how I want to trade and what makes sense to me, and I'm gonna stick to that. So this is a kind of structure that I came up with, or not really came up with. It's been a, like, you can say SMC concept, not really an ICT, um, in terms of structure. But yeah, I'm actually liking the way that this is kind of, playing out in terms of what I am, currently, like, what I want to see, and what I like. I feel more confident when I trade this way. Let's just put it that way. I just feel more confident when I trade, um, like this. But um, I'll kind of go over what I'm looking for in terms of, um, in terms of like, as you guys can see, we just get that tap into this order block here, and we just displace nicely. Like, it's very clean. We're able to time it, right? Like, I just like how this moves. And this is a more structured approach, right? So, anyways, yeah, I'll just go over the trade that I was able to catch within that time frame at work. So we had a draw on liquidity, which was this high over here. We were targeting this high just because this high failed to break down this low, so therefore it's unprotected. Um, and we actually, as a last line of defense, we actually had this 5 minute order block, which was here, as our last line of defense, because if we broke this and we closed below this, um, we would have a change of character in which our buys would be shorts, and that would be that. But as a last line of defense, we actually get a sweep of these lows, which is beautiful. We get some nice displacement up. We form a high. We get a retracement down to this fair value gap. We start to react from that fair value gap. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just like, okay, if we are reacting from the fair value gap, this means that, we've cleared out those sellers, cleared out those early, those buyers that were holding on this huge run up, and we formed a nice displacement. Um, I wasn't on the charts on the when price actually triggered this fair value gap here, or when price actually entered this. So I pretty much just waited for something else to kind of form. So on that move up, on when we displace away from the fair value gap, and on that move up, I see that we also made another fair value gap. So I'm like, okay, cool. What do we still have? We still have this high that we can look to target, right? Because at the time, I'll go onto the 1 minute. Um, at the time, when we made that 5 minute fair value gap, actually didn't come and take out these highs. So I'm like, okay, cool. What can this 5 minute fair value gap do? What this 5 minute fair value gap can do is at least tap into it, fill it, and then at least take out this high, and then price can do whatever it wants from there. Because ideally, we're actually targeting these highs up here, right? So once price came and filled in this 5 minute gap, I was pretty much looking for a volume filled candle showing that buyers have stepped in. So once we tap back into it, I was waiting. Um, Pretty much saw this candle, entered, stops below this candle low here, targeted this high here, and we pretty much get a nice deliver all the way up to those 5 minute highs. After the 5 minute highs, we break it, we wick it, trap those early sellers, and we swept 1 minute liquidity, filled in this 1 minute order block, and continue to kind of make some moves up. So um yeah, again, a nice structured way, a nice structured approach when it comes to um how to trade. As you guys can see, like I know the system works, but I'm just glad that I'm able to um I don't really have to learn anything more. It's just I've known of this concept for a long time. Um but I started to follow the norms of just trading what I see and forgetting that, I should be waiting for A plus setups um and things like that. But yeah, I apologize for getting this video super super late to you guys. I I am on a shift at work rotation where I start at 2 p.m. and finish at 12 a.m. at night. So yeah, I just came home, had a shower, chilled for a little bit, and yeah, just wanted to get this video out to you guys because I kind of was kind of excited to tell you guys that my new structured way, or like a system that I've always had and I've always wanted to implement, but I've never did because that's all the videos I've seen like never uses it, so I thought it never work. But I think I just need to do what I want to do and what I feel like I should be doing. I should just do, right. And I really feel more confident in my POIs trading this way, so I'm gonna continue to keep doing that. So yeah, um, yeah, I'm about to post this video up now. Get this video out to you guys. I'm gonna write something to my girl. Um, as a little good night, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a blessed night or morning, wherever you guys are from. And God bless you guys. God is good. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.